Hi guys, and welcome to another brand new episode of Haunted Scouse. And tonight we've crossed the border over into Wales for the first time, and we are going to investigate Penrhyn Old Hall, which is just outside Llandudno. And this young fella's already been out to meet the locals and found out a bit more information.
Yeah, I mean, we're in unknown territory, but I mean how friendly a lot of the locals are, and they're so intrigued that we're here, and have literally just told me story after story after story, and it's a lot of things from shadow figures, an angry male presence that likes to make itself known. The bar staff won't even come in here. One particular bar staff member just doesn't want anything to do with what we're doing here, and just thinks that we're insane. So I mean, it's got a lot of potential, so I can't wait to get going. So I think we should just get on with the episode.
Yeah, come on guys. So
basically, he's farted. Sorry. You okay?
What?
You're nervous, are you? So it stinks. You know, the things I do for your entertainment, there's certain things I'm going to do, there's certain things I'm not, and I'm not prepared to go in that room and sniff that. Poor Charles is in there having to deal with that. So if angry and annoyed comes out, it's because he's stumped the place out. So I'm leaving him here for 5 minutes as his punishment, and he can do some fun solo on his own.
Oh shit. Hang on, you're taking me torch.
I am, quit. Photograph there on that guy, it's on the old hall. Is it? Yeah, he was telling me about that, and he said it stayed like that. Obviously there's some other balloon fighting off and that, but it is quite traffic, isn't it? Expecting to move, but he stayed like that for about 4 days and didn't move at all. So, I mean, Story's wide, it's massive. We've got me going, wow, what potential we've got to come in tonight. But I mean, a lot of them said also about the pub. The main door, quite a lot of things have been seen there. Also there's an old woman who sits somewhere in the barn as well, who's been seen quite a lot by the locals as well. So absolutely.
Right, so what we've decided to do, guys, we've come down to the other end from where you've just seen us do the intro, and this is it's like, if I pan around a little bit, it's a bit of a, it looks like a barn. Basically it's been built as like a nightclub, but underneath this floor was a courtyard original to the basically the the 800-year-old part that you've just seen us in with the fireplace and everything like that. I'll drop a couple of shots in so you can see that.
Yeah, I mean, this guy was telling us it's very new, 1987. It was put on, but there is a very angry, I wouldn't say malevolent, but there is a very, I'm trying to say there's a very angry presence here.
Yeah.
It goes by the name Charles. And obviously, if you've seen the live that we did, that is also on the channel, that we did get the name Charles out of the Spirit Talker app.
Did, yeah.
It was one of the first names that we had, and it was very relevant to where we're standing now and to this side. Now, this Charles apparently doesn't like psychic mediums. I know, speaking to some of the locals, that mediums have bolted out of here and not wanted to come back because he really does make himself known, basically. So fingers crossed that he will come out tonight and maybe have a conversation with us.
So Charles, if you are here, my name's Chris, this is Adam.
Hello.
We want you to have a chance to set the record straight. Are you unhappy that people come in here? If you are, then you need to do something to make us go. You need to throw something. You need to knock on something. You need to show yourself as a light or an energy next to us. We're not afraid, but we also don't mean you any disrespect either. We understand maybe this is where you lived. This is where you died. This was a place that you feel belongs to you. Maybe you don't understand that time has passed. Whatever year you lived in, time has passed now. Somebody else owns this and they have the right to change things. Maybe that's what is making you angry. You don't fully understand why.
Oh, well, there was a bit of a tap over there then.
Yeah, I heard that myself. That rumble then, guys, was just...
Yeah, it was literally just before that rumble. It sounded like it.
That tap
Yeah, just somewhere here. Obviously, we haven't. All we've got is our equipment over on that side. So, if that was you, could you try and do that again for us, please? Say, we don't mean you any harm, any disrespect. We're just here to have a conversation with you. I thought it was behind you.
No, it definitely came from that end.
Thank you if that was you. Can you try and do that again, but a little bit louder?
We've placed different things on the floor and on tables in here. Can you use your energy to try to move one of them? Don't be afraid, they won't harm you. They just light up or they make a noise. They are obviously things that you will not recognise, but all they are is toys. Modern toys from the time when we lived.
Try and get here, and yeah.
Oh, yeah, something crunchy on the way foot.
So if there is anybody here, so possibly Charles, or if there is anybody else who would like to make themselves known to us, can you try and make a noise?
Can you try and go close to one of the devices that's on the floor? Give us some sort of indication whereabout you are, if you are here. Perhaps you can try and show yourself as a light.
Come on, Charles, if that is your name, that is who haunts or who remains in this part, is it just females, is it just women that you show yourself or make yourself known to? As we say, don't be afraid of us, we're not here to harm you. Maybe you can use some of the energy from our equipment. If you need to use some of the energy from the batteries, feel free. Maybe you're over on the other side. If you can make a noise.
Oh.
Whoa. Okay.
Hello. Yeah.
Thank you.
Wow, okay.
Perfect. I've got you and thank you again. So that's clearly someone who wants to come and talk to us now. Thank you.
Thank you. If that is you, Charles.
Obviously, that's the device furthest away from us. You can come a little bit closer. Thank you. There is another device that is a tiny bit closer if you do want to come and talk to us. Maybe use your footsteps and walk towards us and set the other device off. Say, we don't mean you any harm, we're just here to have a conversation. So come and talk to us. Thank you. Do you like us being here? If you do, can you make the device go off again? Was that behind again? I actually thought it was you for a moment. But yeah. Do you not want us to be here? If you don't want us to be, right? Okay, that's fair enough.
Well, yeah.
That was instantaneous as well. Okay, well, thank you for obviously communicating that to us. Is there a particular reason why you don't want us here?
Are you afraid of us? Do we scare you? Should we be afraid of you? Is this actually Charles that we're talking to? Or is this the spirit of a child? A little boy?
Okay.
Wow, okay.
Okay, well, if it is the spirit of a little boy, don't be afraid of us, please. If you can move closer, there's another ball that does exactly the same thing, you just need to push it. other devices, other balls that look just like that down on the other end, you're welcome to go and play with them as well. You don't have to stay here with us. I keep thinking I'm seeing a shadow.
I mean, obviously you're pointing that way, so we'll see it.
Yeah.
But I keep thinking I'm seeing a shadow along that back wall.
It'll be interesting because obviously the lock-off's up there, isn't it? So, and see if obviously when that is going off, if there is possibly something going past, because we have got that. Thank you. And clearly you like that ball.
Well, that's what I was actually just about to say, was like, it's not constant, which is a good thing. And until I've asked, was it a little boy? We went through man, child, lady, little boy, and then we got that. Isn't it strange how it's, since we got the answer to, is it a little boy? That's the last interaction we had, I think, isn't it?
It is.
I mean,
it's hard to also say as well that, I mean, we had the man. I'm sure it sort of responded when we thought it may have possibly been a man.
Yeah.
But who knows? I mean, if there is this spirit that's supposedly quite malevolent or quite angry or doesn't want us here, who's to say maybe they're not trying to trick us a little bit? I think that possibly it is, because the conflicting thing was that whoever it was didn't want us here.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, a child might think that maybe they're a little bit scared of what we're doing or who we are, but obviously the male presence doesn't want anybody here or on this side or in this part. But what is great evidence, again, is just how that's the first time the cat ball went off since we've obviously been investigating, that we are aware of, by the way. But now it's not. And I think that's the great thing about these devices, that they don't just light up every 20 seconds, every 30 seconds, every question.
Exactly.
They're so sporadic, but then when you do ask the questions, you get 2 or 3 really good responses, and then it kind of goes away. And that does play into the fact that spirits do need a lot of energy to sort of have that kind of communication, and it does take a lot for them to obviously make that device go off, because you do have to touch it, don't you, and make it, or go near it anyway, or be around it to kind of activate it. Yeah, I think probably will be a good time to maybe get the S-Box on down here, and especially since clearly the energy sort of it is building slowly, and maybe that might charge it a bit more and maybe make some of the devices go off that little bit. So
yeah.
Okay, so if there is anybody here who wants to come and communicate with us, I have a device in my hand that you can try and speak into or use the words, and we can have a conversation. So if there's anybody here who would like to make themselves known, is there anything that you'd like to tell us or say?
Yeah. Leave.
So is there anybody here who wants to come talk to us? Can you give us your name?
I am. Something.
I am, and we're trying to finish the sentence off as well. Alright, so further down. That's definitely said further down.
Further down.
That's clear. That's clear. Okay, so if you want to move further down, we'll go on to the next one.
Play.
Hi, so can you type into your name?
Is this a male that we're talking to? A female or any children want to make themselves known to us?
Oh, that was strange then. Let me just move the camera in the same way. Just want to make sure it wasn't me. And then I'll check that back and review. No, didn't do it. I'll check back and review, but it definitely just saw a shimmer that kind of went across and disappeared through that wall.
Really? Has Chris just seen you? Have you just walked past?
Captain. Captain. Are you still here with us? Where should we go?
Try and tell us where we are. Perhaps try and give us your name.
Help, maybe? What do you need help with?
Try and give us a word or sign or signal that this is you talking to. Yeah. Perhaps try and give us a year.
I keep thinking I hear your name, Adam.
My name's Adam. Can you try and tell me your name? Maybe repeat my name? That's really staticky, isn't it? It's,
Yeah.
I don't think it was like that bad before.
It's like it's sometimes when I mean, it's difficult at the moment, guys, because we know there's still people who are just finishing their drinks and going to be getting themselves away home. But no, sometimes when it's staticky, we often, how many times have we said, there's nothing there, and then I listen back in the review and it's ping, 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 ping.
I mean, it could just be kind of feeding off the energy, really, couldn't it, and drawing off that, and maybe trying to then use that energy to communicate via a different way through a device, or maybe we could have had some devices going off over the other side of the building. But yeah, I mean, all in all, obviously on this side, it's been a positive start. You know, I've had some good names through previously on the lives, but you know,
we're right next to that cat ball down here, and it, you know, it hasn't gone off while we've been stood next to it. So it just shows it's, you know, even our vibration of us moving around it isn't setting it off.
Yeah. But yeah, maybe we'll move through and go and explore the rest of the building and see what's got to offer.
Yeah, it's difficult, guys, trying to walk in the pitch black.
I'm just blinding myself with my torch on.
I know.
So hi, if there is anybody here on this side of the building who'd like to make themselves known to us. My name's Adam.
My name's Chris.
We don't mean you any harm, any disrespect. We're just here to try and maybe bring your story to life a little bit more, and we know that you do make yourself known to the staff members that are here and other locals, and we're just trying to maybe put a name to who this is or a reason why. So if you do want to come and communicate with us, we've got a lot of devices on the floor, on the tables. You can try and touch one of them, make them light up, make a noise.
So if there is anybody here who would like to come and talk to us, and like to come and communicate with us, can you try and make yourself known?
Can you come and sit next to one of us?
Are you?
No, that was in between us, that.
Yeah.
Thank you if that was you. Maybe you just sat down next to us. Can you make that noise again? Maybe tap on one of the tables? Maybe you can copy me. Strange, I can hear a few noises down that end again. I heard that noise before, it's a strange noise. Like an old blacksmith.
It's like, it was like a bell. I mean, just want to see. I mean, it's 4 minutes to midnight on my phone. I don't know whether it's some sort of like, your kind of old clock, maybe, that was just chiming.
Yeah, could be, yeah.
But it was definitely, like sort of behind that wall. So there's the device on the table that I've just got out now. You can choose a word, and it'll help you communicate with us. Is there anything that you'd like to tell us, or is there anything that you'd like to say, or try and maybe give us warning, or perhaps you'd like to try and give us your name?
Children here.
Okay. If there are any children here, maybe you can go and stand next to the fireplace. Or maybe make one of the devices go off and play with them. They light up, they won't do you any harm. They're just toys. You try and give us your name.
Mummy.
Oh wow, okay.
Okay.
So is this the little girl, possibly, who's looking for her mum? We hope that you have found her and you are with her. I mean, if you are still looking, perhaps you can try and give us a sign that you are. We can maybe try and help you.
I hope we haven't upset you. I'm just taking some pictures.
Tall.
Tall.
That again.
Yeah.
In the exact same place where we were, by the way, as well.
Maybe because I'm tall.
Obviously, you don't need to be
Angel.
so you don't need to be afraid of us. I mean, is that who? Maybe you are an angel now, and you just come here in visitation. When you passed over, did you become an angel?
No, I won't.
Okay. That sounded like, like sort of if they've upset me, that was sort of like quite abruptly someone else sort of jumping in there, maybe, and getting in. Like no and won't, and
Tall.
Interesting. So is there anybody else here, or is this just children's spirits that are still here?
And can you try and communicate another way by maybe lighting something up or touching something? Picture. So you can show yourself.
So, you want one of these pictures? Is that what you're going to? What you're trying to tell me? Ooh, from start to serve me. Ooh, from start to serve me. Ooh, from start to serve me.
I heard a knock. I didn't know where about in the room it was.
Was that you right next to me then? That was right next to me then.
Can you try and do that again for us, please?
Can you make that noise louder?
Found.
Found.
Oh, so we found you, is this where you are?
Is that where you've been sitting when I asked you to sit next to us? Did you sit in between us instead?
I thought that was possibly where the one was from before.
Yeah. Okay, we're going to move a little bit further down. And I'll move
It's still on. Makes a nice change, doesn't it? In one place we had a cap ball go off,
Yeah.
now isn't covered. Even if it's just for 10 minutes and just see if it might pick it up. Just do as you're told. Yeah? Now that's going to go off now. Watch. And it's because I told him to put it there.
Planning.
What'd that say? Planning.
It is planning. Yeah, oh, just saw that flashing like on the wall. Realised it was you.
I've moved it so that I can put that 360 somewhere and then
Sound.
that'll settle down and then...
Yeah, I mean, we are trying to make a plan where to put things so we can try and communicate with you. One's got nothing, one's still full. Girl. Okay, so that is again. Thank you. If that is a little girl who's here with us now. Can you try and light up one of the devices that's on the floor?
Let's put it, actually, maybe not on the fireplace, it's a bit hairy.
Forward.
Put it forward.
Yeah, let's put it forward. Can you make one of these devices light up? Oh, can do that again if it's right.
Hit them both.
Yeah, kick one into the other.
Box.
Maybe you can roll them back to us. Maybe it's, you know, are you trying to touch one of the black boxes
Who
that
can
we
help
have?
me?
Who can help you? We can help you. What do you want to tell us? That's what we're here for, to try to help you. Don't be afraid.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm just going to
Religious.
Religious.
bless me.
Yeah, bless you.
If I come down and maybe sit next to you, will you come and sit next to one of the devices and make it light up?
Beginning.
Beginning. Well, let's start at the beginning. My name's Adam. I'm just here to see who you are, have a conversation. I know you've been seen here. Come and sit down, come and talk to me.
Need help.
Okay, you did say that before. What is it that you need help with? Obviously you can trust us. We're not here out of any harm or any disrespect to you. We know that you have been seen here. Is this possibly a place where you used to live? Maybe your home? This is where you used to stand, maybe get warm and talk to your family. This is where you used to talk to your mummy.
Larry.
Perhaps he was your father. Is that your father's name? You try and make one of the devices on the floor light up for us, just to let us know that you are here. Or maybe you can try and show yourself as a light. Or you can touch one of us, or push something, whistle, knock.
Amelia.
Okay.
Yeah, that's someone just took the back of my hand then.
Or you can touch one of us, or push something, whistle, knock.
Amelia.
Okay.
Yeah, that's someone just took the back of my hand then.
Amelia. Was that you just touched Chris?
Strange. Impressed there, because it was a good catch. I actually threw the camera from one hand to the other and managed to catch it. It's impressive.
Can you try and do that again? If that was you, thank you.
Thank you if that was you. I'm sorry I jumped. Maybe
Silent.
silence. Well, that's what we're doing so we can listen out. Maybe if we both sit at the same level as you. Well, we know which way it slopes. Well, we know which way it slopes.
You try and roll that back to me? You want to play a game?
Well, we know which way it slopes.
You try and roll that back to me? You want to play a game?
Or can you roll one of the others that I kicked before? We brought them here for you to play with. That was my foot, sorry. Can you come and sit next to one of us? If there is a child here, we don't mind if you want to come and sit next to us. Come and tell us your name.
This may be Harriet or Amelia. Maybe it's not a child.
Alone.
Feel alone.
Alone.
There's no need to feel alone, obviously we're here. So you can come and sit and talk to us. We'll be here for a while. You probably feel like that sometimes, so now might be the perfect time to come forward and let us know who you are and why you're here. And maybe prove to everyone that, yeah,
My neck.
you've rubbed your neck before.
Pardon?
I thought you were rubbing your neck a second ago.
I was feeling a chill around it. I'm sitting here like Elvis at the moment with my collar up. Got to admit that, like, yeah.
Is there anything else you'd like to tell us or maybe do before we walk back up, maybe into into the other part of the building.
Amy.
Okay, well thank you if that was the child who's been seen here, who's been trying to communicate with us. We will come back a little bit later to try and have another conversation with you. We'll leave the equipment on the floor if you want to roll it or play with it whilst we're not here. Please feel free to do so. And yeah, thank you.
Don't be afraid.
Thanks, I'm not afraid, don't worry.
Oh, God. Don't be afraid of the noises I make.
Maybe just don't be afraid of getting up, you old bastard.
That's the thing you see when you're the young whippersnapper. Were they there before?
What? I don't know actually. That's a very good question. I don't think I came. That sounds like it's happening as well.
Yeah.
I don't think I came over to this, but I mean, I was here.
Yeah. Sorry, let me just
Get just knocked that off as well.
Yeah.
No, I came and stood by the steps, which is just behind camera now, but I don't.
But literally, guys, I'll put that on. If you look there, there's 3 placemats. We don't recall seeing 3 placemats on the floor.
Where it come from?
I mean, we'll leave them there, but I mean, obviously we've got the lock-off camera to see if they've been there all along and we just didn't notice them, but
I don't know, I can't even recall any placemats being on any tables, but
strange, yeah. Just to show there, guys, what we've done, we've grouped the cat balls together, just in the hope that maybe doing that might help the spirits to use the energy of them all, encompassed in one. There's still a REM pod there.
yeah, hopefully, I mean, that should pick that up. It's just a hole on it, so.
So yeah, I think we'll leave this area to just try and build up a little bit again. Yeah, I mean, we don't know what we've caught on the lock-offs, guys, but seems to be more actual activity at the other end.
Yeah, definitely, I'd agree with that. See, there's not one beam at anyway, this is the right one.
No?
Interesting, we'll come back on that one.
Even on there's no beer mats on the bar or anything, guys.
I mean, there's some good the doors and that pretty old.
Right, guys, what we're going to do now, we've been invited to actually go through to the actual bar. So we have been told, as Adam said, that there has been some activity and even the spirit of an elderly lady has been seen in the bar area. So I think we'll go and spend an hour or so in there and see what else we can find. Step into the light, my friend.
Warmer in here, I'll tell you that. Yeah. Oh, it's been alright, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
If you have a look at the chimney, there's greased holes up here. It used to hide either side of the It's
I
quite...
know, that's what it was like looking up the chimney in there, and I've seen all the cobwebs and
Oh,
that,
they're
so
all real as well.
I sent him.
Yeah.
This wing was built in 1420, this side of the house. And the Pughs of Penrhyn were here. They were ardent Catholics. They had a priest called William Davies used to stay here. And he decided to bring a printing press from France and set it up on a cave on the Little Orme, so no one knew it was there. He started printing the Christian Mirror, and which was the Catholic literature. Of course, the Mossons got heed of this, came to arrest him. So he made his way to Holyhead to go to Ireland to escape, and they arrested him, brought him back to Morris, and he was hung, drawn and quartered in 1593. So that's where the 1590 comes from. That's to commemorate the stay of William Davies. We had issues with this fireplace. We used to have a television in front of it with a fire on it. And for years or so, we must close the pub to do it. Anyway, with COVID came along, we had a chance to repair it, so we brought it back to how it should be.
Experience.
Yeah.
Then 1685 is a marriage plate, an old farmhouse that was at the bottom of the road. It doesn't exist anymore. Dad, it was in the skip, and Dad says, "I've got just the place for that."
Yeah.
Yeah, because that was a bread oven, and that was like a steam oven, for hot water. Yeah, that's a stained glass window out of the old chapel that was in the car park. It's 1625 that was put in.
Yeah.
We put it there to save it, because otherwise, because the roof's collapsed on the chapel and it'd only get smashed and damaged, so we brought it in the late 60s.
That's nice.
Seen the old door?
Bloody hell, look at that.
That was, you know, that back part of the dance floor where we were,
Yeah.
where the opening is, that's where this was. So it's not, doesn't actually go anywhere, it's like a feature, so it's just been shown guided or from the Denby Castle. So it's similar, they brought it in and made a feature of it.
What's that?
Yeah. Pulsating, why is it pulsating? That's like alien now, isn't it?
It's coming for you.
It's warmer up. We'll press up so it's fine.
Grace. Just got
Grace.
Grace. I got my one that as well, not yours. So if there's anybody here in this side of the building who'd like to come and talk to us, got two devices on the table that you can use, or you can make a sound, or bang on something, or show yourself as a light. Let us know that you hear us.
Oh, that was me on the floorboard. Shit myself. You got anything else you want to say before we leave?
Proton. Okay, it's going through all kinds now.
Ghostbusters.
Oh.
Hello. Hi. That's that.
Isn't it? Like,
Yeah, well,
it's just absolutely flat.
yeah. It's the
Getting
interesting
nothing,
thing.
and then whatever it is seems to be interacting with this one. He clearly knows you. So since it's had your name through, I think I'm gonna make it saying it's time to film Chris.
So how are you associated to this place?
You sit in that chair there next to the fire.
This
The one there on the fireplace. Yeah, you're getting that one.
one? No, not that one.
I don't think-
Robes up there, guys.
I don't think the folk black. Oh, gross. Ramping up now.
Come on round to this one again. Peggy. Still going.
End.
Cut. End and cut.
2/3. Yeah, we're 2/3 done. We do need to film the end.
Yeah. Well, end and cut. Is that basically saying to us it's
Standard, yeah.
time to go through and
Yeah.
wrap?
I think so, yeah.
Wrap it. There you go.
Wrap it, end it.
Wrap
And then
it,
William.
Yeah. That's
Wasn't the name William? Did he say something about William?
So guys, that's the end of our investigation here at Penrhyn Old Hall, and it's been a strange one. It started off with a lot of energy, and then it seems to have kind of subdued a bit as the night went on, mate.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. It's, I mean, again, it's tricky because we don't sort of know what we've got on the lock-offs, and I think for the size of the location where we've put them, I think are in the prime positions to capture any sort of paranormal activity, so to speak. So it is going to be quite an interesting one going back, and obviously going over to the pub side for a little bit. We have sort of left here for a good half hour, 40 minutes, so it will be interesting to see what has been picked up. But I mean, other than that, it's absolutely stunning location, you know, and it's well worth coming down for a pint and just having a bit of a look around. And you know, especially if you're on a day out, definitely get your backsides in here and speak to Guy and the team, because they're absolutely smashing people, aren't they?
Yeah, exactly. Listen, a massive thanks to Guy for letting us come in to what is part of his family. You know, that's the thing. There's a lot of history for Guy in this place and his family. So, as Adam said, if you're passing by Llandudno, you know, go out the long way, and you'll be passing by this place and pop in, have a drink, come in for your Sunday lunch. You know, but one thing's for sure, there are spirits that still linger here, and it's just I think it started off with a lot of energy, and then, as I say, as the night's gone on, you can't force it. You can't.
But I mean, also we like to sort of see these locations for what they are, and also, you know, we never say never about coming back, and you know, we're always looking for places to go with you guys on different sort of events. So possibly this could be a really good venue for a sort of a small intimate event in the not so near future.
Yeah, exactly. But I think for this one, it's late as always on these ones now, guys. It's bloody freezing.
Yeah, we've got about 40 caravans to try and manoeuvre around on the way home since it's bank holiday weekend as well, so we better get going. But massive thanks for watching and massive thanks for supporting the channel. Remember, smash that like button, hit that notification bell, and obviously subscribe to the channel as well and share because it helps.
Yeah, but for this one, guys, I think that's enough. We're going home. See you on the next one.
See you soon. I think it's just, you get in your head, don't you, and you just start. I thought you were looking behind.
No.
No, I think, yeah, you just get in your head, don't you? You just like, just sort of works when it's just natural.
Yeah.
What was that? Oh, camera. Well, that was perfect timing, wasn't it?
Isn't it? That one's about to die as well.
Not like the best bit of evidence there, and it was the camera switching on. So, typical.
You think you've stopped filming, you haven't.
Oh,